Hi everyone, welcome to Queen's Royal Truth. We come here to share our story and the goodness of God. On December the 2nd, we was faced with a situation that changed my life forever, and I'm sure it did theirs as well. But we want to let Colby start. Colby.
On December 2nd, I was going to pick up my friend in Temple, Texas. That was the plan from the get go. So I called him and said, I'm on my way to come get you. He said, come tomorrow. So I turned around, went and parked the car, and when I got into the parking garage, I saw the four guys who robbed us in a gold car. They were going back up the parking garage. So I had this weird feeling, and I tried to call my brother, but he was on the phone with his mom at the time, so he didn't answer. But I had a weird feeling like something was really wrong. So it was just someone right. I already knew someone right. I went back up the stairs in the parking garage, looked for the gold car, and didn't see him. Got back in my room. I saw my cousin in the living room. He cuts hair, and he had one of the guys that robbed us in the living room with him. They were playing a game or whatnot, and the guy left. Me and my cousin had a serious one-on-one conversation about him talking to his mom. His mom, she kicked him out like 3 weeks ago, and he's been staying with me. I've been taking care of him or whatnot, and his only way of really making money is cutting hair, so I'm letting him cut hair, and I told him I don't want just anyone in my apartment or whatnot, and I guess he been having a couple guys there while I wasn't there, so me and him were talking, and I was like, hey, you can't be living here with me, I'm a teenager, you a teenager, you gotta get me around your mom, this and that, and as we were talking, we stopped. I ended up going back in there talking to my brother, but he was on the phone with his mom. So I was like, all right, I need to go back to the living room. My cousin asked me if I wanted a haircut. I sat down in the chair to get a haircut, put the apron on, and as soon as I looked down and looked up, four guys ran in my apartment with guns and demanding money, everything, just basically just trying to rob us for anything we had in the apartment and whatnot. And I got hit in the forehead, kicked in my jaw, and from there they was just ransacking everything and demanding for stuff, and I was leaking blood, and I mean,
And he was put in the closet.
yeah, I was, they were just asking him stuff that we didn't have, so they were getting frustrated, and at one point he just told everybody to get up and get in the closet. And so I'm leaking blood. I'm getting up. I'm really scared he's gonna shoot all of us because everybody's hiding behind me. And he was like, "Y'all go in and be quiet. If y'all move, I swear, I'm gonna shoot y'all this and that." So we're all, we all got our hands up and whatnot. He closes the door, and all I hear is a whole bunch of people like run to the back room where my room is at, and that's where he got into. That's where my brother came to play. And this is his side of the story.
I was in the back on the phone with my mom, just talking about just life and just everything. And I didn't know nothing that was going on. I just was in the back room. And as I'm in the back room, I remember being in the restroom.
Right, but before that, Mike, just explain to him how you saw the boys before you came inside.
When my brother was going, when he was supposed to go pick up one of our friends from Temple, he had the car, and I'm still on the phone with mom the whole time. Like if you seen the way the apartment was built, it's like it's like long hallways. It's really like a maze if you don't know where you're going. But when I remember walking on the fourth floor, because it was on the fourth floor in the parking, coming from the parking garage. And as I walk in, I see the three little dudes sitting. It's like a seating area in the hallway. And I walk past them. They didn't say nothing to me. I didn't say nothing to them. Then I walk in the apartment. As I walk in the apartment, I see my cousin Damien playing the game with some, a random person. I never saw the face. I just knew we didn't know him. But I saw him playing the game with somebody. So I immediately walked back. I walked straight to the room and just talking to my mama on the phone. I remember being in the restroom, just doing stuff to my, just passing time talking. And that whole time, I did not know my family members or my friends was getting robbed, being held at gunpoint, any of that. And also the robbers didn't know I was even back there.
Okay, Mike, I ain't mean to intervene, but remember, Kobe, when you say after he hit you with the gun and then he kicked you, the reason you didn't even scream for Michael was because you was afraid that he'll finish him off and then go kill Michael. So he humbly just didn't say anything. And then as Michael was on the phone with me, they heard Michael say, "Yes, ma'am," because that was the last word that I heard. Then you go ahead on the finish, Mike, then I'll tell mine.
After I said yes, ma'am, some dude just walked in with a gun. At first, I was shook. I didn't know what was going on. And he kept demanding, "Get on the ground, get on the ground." I get on the floor. Then another dude, as I was on my knees, before I could get all the way on the ground, the other dude came in there, put the gun in my head, to my get on the floor where everything at. And I blankly told them, "Look, that's what you in for, right? Look." And they started running through everything. And I mean, they took some stuff they didn't take, but as they had me on the ground, he found a safe, a little safe that hold quarters, but it got a combination on it. It literally hold change, and he kept telling me "I'll blow your head off if you don't tell me the code to the safe." And mind you, when I got on the ground, they kicked the phone out of my hand, but my mama's still on the phone, hearing me tell him get frustrated, because he kept asking me the same dumb question. I kept telling him I don't know. I don't know the code to my safe. To the safe is for my brother. I don't know the code to it. And I started getting frustrated. But, they started going through the closet where we had our shoes and clothes and stuff. And he hung up the phone with my mama. And when he hung up the phone, he didn't know who I was on the phone with at first. He said, "So you on the phone with the police?" And I'm like, "No, I was on the phone with my mama." So my mom immediately started calling back. And he looked at the phone and was like, "Oh, his mama calling, we gotta go." So as he said, "We gotta go," they ran out the room. Then one dude ran back in the room and was telling me, "Don't move." He just kept saying, "Don't move, don't move." And then dude gonna tell me, "Get up." And I'm like, "Bro, what you want me to do?" So I get up and I'm standing in the doorway, and he just keep telling me, "Come here, come here." As he's telling me that, he telling one of his little partners or his friends or whatever, "Give me the gun." So I still to this day don't know what he was gonna do to me. I don't know if he was gonna shoot me. I don't know if they was gonna have me hostage. I don't know if they was gonna put me in a closet with my brother. I don't know what they was gonna do. But it was a crazy situation. But I wasn't even scared, because I knew God was there. You know.
So tell them how, what you told me, you was hoping I stopped calling your name.
When he kicked the phone out of my hand, my mama just kept saying my name, "Mike, Mike, 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 Mike," and I'm like, and then I'm sitting there laying my face in the carpet, I hope she stops saying my name, because I don't know what they gonna do. I didn't know, but I was sitting there praying, and that is when I saw, I'm 21, and my mama kept me in church, and this past few months, I ain't really been going, but that is when I saw God for real, in my life, my first time, me seeing Him, with my own two eyes, because if it wasn't for Him, we not supposed to be here. And then also, if it wasn't for Him, really, them other boys not supposed to be here. If we being logical, I just feel God was in that whole situation, the whole house, like just everything. He was there. He had to be. Wasn't nobody else.
Oh, okay, so first of all, I want to explain to people, to parents, it doesn't matter how old your kids are. If you love your kids, stay in their business. Here lately, Michael have been giving me a hard time because I stay in his business. Because at the end of the day, you're a reflection of me. So how we end up on the phone, I saw another one of my, I call him my son, and I said, I'm proud of you. I said, it's good to see that you're working. I was getting an oil change at Walmart. He was the cashier. So I got 2 phone calls from Michael saying my car ready. I said, ain't nobody but Chris, because how he know my car ready and he ain't even with me. So Chris called him to tell him that my car was ready. So I got on the phone with Mike because I said, you know what, I've been needing to talk to him anyway. So usually when I'm on the phone with Mike and I'm not saying some things he really want to hear, he'll kind of brush me off. But this particular night, he gave me his undivided attention to the point where I was like, hello, just making sure that he was still on the phone because he usually be trying to challenge what I'm saying. But this particular night, he was just all the way humble and listening, and I was almost in disbelief. However, so I'm driving while I was talking to him on my earpiece. So let me be clear, I don't drive and talk, hands free. So I got into the garage, and I heard him say, yes, ma'am. After that, I didn't hear nothing. And then I started hearing, that's for my brother. That's for my brother. Man, that's for my brother. Like, Michael. No answer. Like, Michael. So I'm just still hearing like a little tussle. In my spirit, something wasn't right. So I called his godfather. I said, I don't know if Michael playing some games with me, because at first I was thinking, oh, he acting like they're wrestling, so this phone can hang up so he don't have to hear what I'm saying. So I'm like, I done switched modes, like, wait a minute. So I said, call Michael and make sure, see if he gonna answer for you, because I don't know what's going on. So I called 16 times, no answer. I said, you know what? So I sent a text message. I said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm on my way. So I really knew something wasn't right, because Mike know if I say I'm coming, I'm coming. So to avoid me from coming, he will respond like, okay, everything good, or he'll get back on the phone. No response. I called his godfather back. I said, some kind of way, I said, Mike and him in trouble. I still really don't know what happened. But Michael was able to get to somebody's phone, and he FaceTimed me. When he FaceTimed me, Kobe was laying on his stomach. He lifted his head up, blood gushing from his head, blood all over Michael, and Michael just screaming, they hit my brother, they hit my brother. So but when I saw it, I don't know if he hit, he shot, I lost it. I'm on 20, headed to Arlington. Don't know what address to go. I just lost it. So then I called my sister. I said, Mo, I need you. Help me. I said, I don't even know how to get to Arlington. I don't even know how to get to the apartments. I said, my phone telling me I don't have no internet. I don't know what's up. Long story short, God made a way that I get there. When I got there, my sister met me there. But she met me at the hospital. But when I got to... So as I'm on the phone with Michael, because I don't want to, just be all off. So as I was on the phone with Michael, he's saying, somebody, they just robbed us. They just robbed us. Like everything happened so fast, I didn't know what was going on. So the thing that stuck out to me was after I heard Michael's story, he said, Mom, No, the moment I laid my eyes on him, when I showed up, he looked at me, bloodshot red eyes. He said, Mom, you always had me in church. He said, and I never doubted God. He said, but today, I saw him for myself. When I tell y'all, God is good. When I tell you, had I not would have took the initiative to get in my child's business, I would have never even been on the phone. And this story could have been told a whole different way. Because let's be clear, a few things I want to be clear about. Because when some people heard that they got robbed, what they did they this, did they that? Before they even want to know is he good, they won't know what the cause and effect. First of all, they know dope dealers, they know street boys, they have jobs, they earn their money, they was better known and where they was most appreciated in their own home. So it's not like they was in the streets. So I just wanted to be clear because I got real frustrated because before people will find out if you good or do you need anything, they want to know what really happened. Like if they got some secrets, they was minding their own business. Rain on the just and the unjust. We all, this can happen to any one of us. Another thing that I wanted to clear up. When they were saying that they came in the house to rob them for dope, they're no dope boys. Again, they have jobs, they earn their money. Yes, they drive the nice cars. Yes, they wear the nice clothes. But dope didn't pay for it. They work. So I just wanted to be clear on that. Also, parents, if you don't, it's good to buy your kids Jordans. All that is fine. But you will fail your kids if you don't give them Jesus. Both of them, they sing in different tunes now. Many are called, few are chosen. What I like about both of them, they're not walking around here angry. They have forgiveness in their heart already. Because they understand that vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And just like I told Michael, I said, Mike, God is so good. Because not only did God protect y'all, God protect the kids that came for y'all. Because they didn't even know. Kobe was in a room. Kobe said he was in a room bleeding for 10 to 15 minutes before they even knew that Michael was in the back room. Mike was in the back room with an AR-15, 60 rounds, in his name, a legit recreation gun. Had I not been on the phone with Michael, and he would have heard the distractions, he had the opportunity to load up and kill every person that wasn't supposed to be in that house. But God. So not only did he protect them, he protected the ones that came from him. That's how good God is. So that's one of the messages we want to put out there. It's not about we got robbed, we retaliate. It's none of that. The reason we doing this video, because we want the world to see that at the end of the day, God got the glory. They're not bitter. They're not angry. They came to acceptance of what is. The first thing I asked Kobe, what you learned from this? Because it's not what happens to you, it's how you choose to deal with it. If we want to do a percentage, only 10% of life what happens to you. The other 90 is how you choose to deal with it. If you choose, don't let the police handle it, so you can continue living your life happy, and they got to be held accountable for their actions. However, y'all can make a decision to go retaliate, and then you won't get the chance to see your nieces, nephew, and probably not even have, retaliation. It's not worth it. You let God deal with it. You let God handle it. This is a phone call. Like, I even think about the situation and I say, God, you so good to me. Because November the 2nd, was it November the 12th? When we went to the cruise? November, so it had to be November the 1st. I was diagnosed with hypertension. It told me my blood pressure was at stroke level. Had I not been on the phone with Michael, and I would have got that phone call that my child had 2 guns in the back of his head, that probably would have sent me straight to my death. Literally. I just think about the whole situation, and I'm like, God is so good to me. Just 2 or 3 days ago, after the robbery, I goes into a store, and I'm helping an older lady, and she say, you may not know it or not, but God sent you here. You my angel. And I'm like, I'm just sitting literally in disbelief, because I'm just she don't know what happened, and I'm like, God is so good. Mike have to look at me not only as his mother, but the angel. God used me to be on that phone. God used me to, you need to be mama today. I don't care how old he is. He mine. I'm going to tell him the truth. So that's what we was on the phone, talking about just life. I get a phone call today. Queen, as I listen to you in the hospital, I just want you to know that you are a phenomenal woman. And this is what I call to tell you. This came from the Auntie Jill. And I'm sitting here like, I thank everybody for all of that, but I just want God to get the glory. The reason for this story is because God said, I'm sick of everybody getting the glory. I'm going to allow some things to happen because I want the glory. We praise people. We praise things. God, he's sick of it. This story right here, I refuse to let any one of us reap the benefits in what God did. He said, I put you in situations that can't nobody get the glory but me, and this is one of them. So, once again, my thing to parents, be parents. Let's not be friends. We have responsibilities. It doesn't matter how old they are. They look for corrections from one who they know love them, and that's us. So we got to keep it real with our kids. I kind of handle Mike and them on a different level because at the end of the day, they are grown. So I don't treat them like they 5 and 15. I literally be telling them about life.
Oh, man, that's a big deal. 5 and 15.
You'll be surprised how people be treating a 21-year-old like they 5. I ain't about to do you that. You a grown man. So, what I want to ask Kobe and Michael, what is it that y'all can say to kids? Y'all not kids no more, but even to the younger kids, from y'all experience, what would y'all do different? Like what you learned, because one of the things that I feel like you learned was at some point you can't help everybody. You almost lost your life helping the wrong people. And when I mean about the wrong person, it's because this was a kid who disrespected his mama. And I don't know if y'all know how serious it is, but when you disrespect your mama, your days are numbered. So he helped somebody that disrespected their mother. And when you connected to certain people, you're gonna reap their blessings or their curses. It depends on the person. So that's why you got to be careful of who you connected to. So that I know for a fact that was one thing that he learned. And then I asked him again. I said, Kobe, what else? He said, I gotta move different. I gotta move different. I know for a fact one of the things that Michael learned based on what he told me, first of all, he know God is real. He tried it for himself and he said, I know for a fact, Ma, God is real. Another thing, sometimes like the steps of a good man are ordered. And one thing about God, he gonna give you warning before destruction. Kobe was sensing all the warning signs. Kobe wasn't okay with the crowds. Kobe wasn't okay with that particular day. He had a discernment. Something was telling him it ain't right. So my thing is, when y'all feel that inner man,
that gut feeling,
be true to that feeling. Like, don't ignore that feeling. Go with it. Whatever it's telling you to do, you better make it happen, because he say, I prepare you for what's to come. And when you ignore those warning signs, it could cost you your life. So it's one of those things where, like I said, it's life changing. You know, I don't have to, like, the things that I was concerned with, I feel like I'm free. I kept praying. I kept saying, Mike, you got to get with it. I say, you're going through a lot of things is happening to you. I say, you got to get with it. And I hate that this had to happen, but God said I would allow whatever. Because see, many are called, few are chosen. And if you are one of my chosen one, you'll hit rock bottom. Because I made the bottom and I'm there with you. So that's profound all by itself. I know for a fact it's well with my soul. When he told me, Mom, you always kept me in church. And I never doubted God. But I saw him for myself. I promise you, my mama been dead 7 years. When I heard my son say that, God could have called me home at that time, because my job is done. I have given him what money can't buy. It ain't about the big house, the big cars, the shoes you wear. When hell or high water come, can you go to Jesus and do he know your name? At the end of the day, do he know your name? Because some folks, I never knew you. Y'all don't want him to open up that book of life, and he don't even know your name. Kobe said, everything, he said, from just everything. He said, first of all, I wasn't even supposed to be there. I was supposed to be gone. But my friend canceled and said, come in the morning. He said, even though it was bad, even though he was hit in the face with a gun and had to get stitches, even though he was kicked in the head, he knew that it was good. He was afflicted because he learned so much from this. And sometimes you can preach 20 years to a person. It's going to take a few seconds that they done gain everything in 20 years. They done got it in 20 minutes. He realized a lot of things, you know, just me being me in the way I am, whether they like it or not, I'm going to tell them the truth. They be ready to put their jackets on and get up out of here when I go to talking. But I get they ain't going to do it no more. They're going to sit here and listen, because they know that what I say, I'm saying it out of love. We got to love our kids enough to tell them the truth. Please tell y'all kids the truth. So again, as I was saying, what would y'all, if a young kid watched this video and he in the streets and he doing things he don't supposed to do, from y'all experience, what would y'all tell him?
I would say, as far as anybody who's doing that, you know, like breaking, entering, robbing, and home invasions, but that ain't the life you want to live. And I'm gonna say this because, and I've been saying this every time somebody called me or asked this story. God was with them that night, and I told my brothers, I told them, I said, I guarantee you, when they ran out that apartment, that they even, I don't know if they said that I'm pretty sure they didn't say we blessed. But I know for a fact that they said that we lucky. Because when them boys found my gun, if you're doing something you got no business, stop. Go do everything legally. It feel good to say that I'm 21. You heard me? I'm black. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Never been to jail.
Never been to jail. Never been in no major trouble. It feel good telling the people, oh, what they took from you. Oh, they took my AR-15 and everything legal about it. But from my point of view, if you're out there doing any of that, man, that ain't what you, because you never know what that person got in their house.
The outcome.
And I'ma keep saying it till the day I die. God was with them, and that He was with us in that whole house. Because I wouldn't be right here right now.
Yeah, me and Mike shook yesterday. I'm talking about Mike.
I wouldn't. My brother had us shook. That left shoe, right shoe.
He talking about the cake, like when we finna, because I was the only one physically, you know what I'm saying, and I was just finna get a haircut. It's just crazy though. Like,
But
God set that up.
He
like,
said,
yeah, that's crazy.
he was like, when he was telling Kobe, when you was about to get the haircut to physically sharpen your image. I mean, what he said, clear your image.
Yeah.
That was God spiritually clearing the image. Like, that is crazy. And then he was saying on how,
Like,
like,
going detail on the blood part, because he was like, nah, because he could have went deeper. I was like, tell me, like I want him to tell me, because like I was already feeling some type of way, like, because everything made sense. I'm like, why is Mike on the phone with his mama? Like,
You see how God good is? He hungry for more. He said, thirst after me. Come on, let's go, y'all.
it's
And,
just,
like-
it's crazy how you was on the phone and heard, like you like it's. Oh man, that's crazy.
I was,
I had two weird feelings though, because I had told Mike 10 minutes before. I said, Mike, it's a
when
guy
he
in the
first
parking
took the
garage.
call, he told me, he said, when he first came back, he said, man, it's some little dudes in the apartment. They don't look like they live there. Like, in the area it was, it's nothing but like Indians. It's Arlington, Texas. First, it's Indians. White. It's right by a college campus. Like, you can tell. Look, they not supposed to be here. All of them young. They not supposed to be here.
So that was the first time I told him. Then I tried to call him. I was on the phone. I was like, man, he not answering. Something not right. I knew something right, because if you at the bottom of the parking garage, you leaving. But they going back up. Why are they going up? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
And they had already left the
like,
apartment.
they already thinking about setting. I was like, man, something not right. I knew something right. It was crazy how God set all that up perfect too. It wasn't no like, oh, this shit, everything happened.
But I just know he real, because the way he had me on the phone with my mom, the way he had me on the phone with mom, the way he had me on the phone with your mom, I'm telling you, that ain't nobody but God. Because if I wasn't on the phone with you, I'm telling you, because I heard the chair fall, I would win it, because that's not normal for no chairs to just be falling like that.
but what's crazy, the reason it's like, things was happening. And I'm like, nah, I need to just talk to Michael today. So when I was talking to you, you literally was just listening, and you know how sometimes when you don't be. So at first, literally, when I heard him say, man, that's for my brothers, I'm thinking, oh, he playing games. He acting like he playing with Kobe and them, so I try to get off the phone. This is what I'm thinking. But then I'm hearing him, man, I told you. So when I heard that, I already know how he on another notch now. Now he angry about something. And I'm like, Lord, I said, there they go with all that playing fighting. This is what I'm thinking that too.
Yeah.
But when the phone hung up, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'm on my way. And let's be clear. While I'm on my way, I'm praying. Baby Jesus, please don't let me have to kill nobody today. I said, Lord, fix it. I said, when you fix it, it's finished. Nobody don't have to go after your work. Because literally, I knew. Again, he gave me a discernment. First of all, he shifted me to getting his business by talking to him. We was on the phone for 25 minutes 15 of those minutes, Kobe and they're in trouble, we won't even know.
In my head, I said, how does Mike not hear this? I said, I'm saying like stay in the room. You know what I'm saying? Because they never even knew it was 2 other rooms, like the split hall.
That's how you know they rookies. They
So
young minded. You dumb.
I'm just laying on my back like this.
That it.
But I'm like, but at the same time, I'm like, how does he not hear this? But they weren't yelling though. Like they weren't like it was just so solid.
And that's what I'm saying. This is what I mean. This is why
'Cause,
I
I
know
mean,
God
but-
has graced me, because
but even-
had I even heard them, that's enough to trigger my blood pressure.
But even this how you know they really was quiet, because even when they came in there with me, Mama didn't hear nothing.
Yeah,
She didn't hear. She just heard.
I only heard Mike. I didn't hear nothing. That's what I'm saying. When I tell you, God, His grace is made sufficient in a time of week. He already know my heart is aching because Mike ain't. He don't. You know. He ain't where I need him to be, or where I want him to be, or where I know he should be. You know. So we talking about that. I'm already sick. And you know, this God, he just have a way of orchestrating things, because it's like, you know what? I'm gonna hold this down. I'm gonna have him on the phone with his mama.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set it up like this.
His brother made up another point.
His mama got this high blood pressure. So what I'm gonna do? This going on, cause it got to happen like this. Mama not gonna hear. Now the only thing Mama gonna hear is her baby. I'm gonna give Mama the discernment to know that something ain't right. Mike didn't even know I was on my way. I had to not ready to call your daddy. We got to go. That's all. We got to go. He was so nervous he couldn't even tell me how to get there. He said, I'm about to get Cameron. I heard him say, Cameron, let's go. And look, oh,
His brother brought up another point. He was saying God was hiding us. You know, like he was
like hiding the physical earth, because
he was like, yeah, like not hiding, you know, but he
the
was
protection.
like he not hiding the physical version of us,
The
but he
physical.
hiding this how he worded it.
saying the real
He
man,
was
the
hiding
real Kobe.
Mike.
We're talking about Sheraton Forte.
He hiding Mike, and what he meant by he hiding Mike, because if you know me, people who know me, people you know who be around me, know I got a short temper. I flash quickly, so you know I got low tolerance and something like this. You know what I'm saying? What that is he? Oh, I can't even explain.
What he meant by hiding me is because I told him at one point I thought about getting up and running to the back room or running out to try to get help from someone. But he was like, God was hiding us. You know, like it was like nah, God had everything planned. Like this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Like it was crazy, man. He really went in detail on it. I wish he was here, sitting
Aww.
right there, so he can explain.
I really, we gotta.
The bottom line is, you know, they what word I want to use? Baby Christians. So they went over there by Sheridan. Sheridan gave them some spiritual advice, and they're trying to interpret what he said based on the best of their ability. But the bottom line is, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord.
But everything he was saying, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
Like
crazy.
that's
'Cause
why.
that's God.
That's why I can't like it. Like everything he was saying, like he put it in different ways and words, but it made sense.
It's
like when I literally say,
he only heard the story one time, but knew like he just kept bringing it up like, oh, and didn't you say this and that? He was
Then-
like, this is why. And
it's crazy.
like, bro,
From the last time I went over there when I was driving the car, he said that day God put it on his heart to what he said, the son disciple me,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, that's what he said.
And I'm sitting here, and he said that you guys come out. I said I gotta call my mom. He said don't call her just yet.
Yeah, yeah, and I was like, Mike, wait, because I already knew when you got on the phone, y'all was gonna connect, and it was gonna hit even deeper. It was gonna go more into it. But he really put something in us last night for real. Like he broke down everything.
Like honestly, like, I can even tell y'all, like when it happened, I wasn't even scared. I wasn't even scared.
I like the thing of me dying, like death on my mind. I didn't even realize that till
To
3-4
after.
days later.
To
And that's
after.
it, like you really was this close to dying.
Because
my mind.
one of the things is I've always told Michael, even as a little boy, if a man put his drawers on just like you don't be afraid of a man. I say, because the Bible says, fear no man but me.
Mhm.
I'm the only one you need to be afraid of. So when people ask him, was you scared? Mike was more angry than scared. And that was appropriate too, because he felt like I should have protect. But he said, I'm protecting this situation. I got this. You don't have to do nothing. You just play your role and watch me work. Watch me work. Just play your role and watch me work.
Everybody played their role because I was this close to Mike. If I yelled Mike's name, things could have went like the whole script. You know what I'm saying? Things could have flipped.
When Corbin first told me, he said one part of me was saying I need to yell at Mike. He said, but I felt like if I yell Mike's name, they're gonna finish me off and then go kill him. Now you tell me God ain't even use him to just be quiet. Peace be still. I got this.
And God used my mama to be on that phone so I don't hear it and take my gun and go kill him.
Won't he do it? And I that's all I keep saying. I say God protected all of them. All of them. These babies, the ones that did it, they don't even know God is still good to them. Ain't no love lost. God is still good to y'all too. Y'all just got to get it right. Because this ain't the way to live.
They don't get it right once they become.
As long as
Ain't no
you,
getting right.
as long as you're not dead, you can always get it right with God.
That's what
I just want to be clear because I don't.
I'm talking about ain't no getting it right in the streets no more. They gone.
Well, we can't. We gotta worry about they when they exit this life. You can't worry about right when they exit this life. Is it right? Are you right with God? And when you get, a lot of people say, get your house in order. You ain't talking about your furniture, your living room set, your good dishes and that. You're talking about your heart, baby. You're talking about your heart. Get your life in order. Let that heart be right. That heart will take your places your money can't if you love right. Ain't that something, y'all?
I come from the podcast.
It's crazy. I had that conversation with Damien randomly, like right there. You know, he was just like right there, and then he was like, "Hey, you still want the haircut?" Just random, like it was placed like do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it just happened so.
And see, you the one that's able to really break the whole story because you was the initial victim.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why I hurted me because I'm like, I get why Michael was, he was in the back not knowing nothing, but I'm not understanding why everybody else didn't get kicked upside like they, so this why people be confused and thinking that they just came there to literally target you. No, you was firsthand. That's probably what that was about.
Because I was in the middle of the living room, like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm right there. Of course they gonna talk to me. And I'm just like this the whole time. Like, nah, I don't got it. So of course he gonna start banging me up. Everybody else already on the ground like this, so. But I was still in the chair until he hit me. That's when I went down.
Whew.
Then when I was on the ground, he came back and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he had busted me in the head. He had came back and started asking me questions. When I went, you know what I'm saying? So he kicked me. So I'm like, dude, you're not kicking nobody else. He, like, this is crazy, man.
My God.
But when he told all of us to get up and go in the restroom, I got up, like, everybody got up, and then we was going in the restroom, and I just looked at my face in the mirror, and now I just saw a big hole right here.
Oh, that's what I saw.
Leaking. I was just like, wow, like, my face is really busted up, like, that quick, going to get a haircut to not getting that and get my face messed up. So I was just really,
because that was one of the things, Michael. Once you got out the hospital, we made it home. We made it home about 3, 4 something. We literally he was just pacing. We talking, he crying, and he just kept saying, "Ma, every time I just close my eyes, all I keep seeing." He said, "Cause when they ran out, I ran behind them and I locked the door.
Mm-hmm.
When I locked the door, I didn't hear nothing. So he said his thing was he checking all the rooms like where Kobe. He said, Mom, when I opened up that closet and I saw Kobe in that closet, he said, Mom, just picked my brother up. And from that point, that's why after you picked Kobe up, you brought him back in the living room.
Yeah.
And then that's when the roommate came in.
Well, said they came like five
came, no, like 2. It was like 2 minutes.
It was
like,
everything.
Soon as we got back in the living room,
because he was like boom boom. I was like,
soon as we got back in the living room,
like,
you heard
I'm
boom
like,
boom boom boom.
Like they must
I
have
said,
left
don't
something,
open
they
that
coming
door.
back.
I said, do not open that door. And Mateen, he walked up to it and he looked through the peephole and he saw it was Seth. And then that's when Seth walked in. He
Right,
walked in all jolly happy, and then that's when he realized like what was.
I ain't gonna lie, it was a awkward sound. Like nobody talked for like probably 3, like literally like Mike was know what he was doing, but everybody was just sitting there like dang, because everything was just.
It's shock. Everybody was in a state
And
of
I was
shock.
sitting
Like
on
they
the-
like
and I was
what
sitting
just
on the chair.
happened.
I was sitting on the chair, and they were like, "Bro, you gotta put something on your head." And I'm mad at him, you know,
Because he was on
it's
he
his
was
fault. I'm like,
he was on the phone with the police. That's why he was trying to make you put that on your. That's what he did when he came out. He told me, Mike, do this because he not listening to me. And that's when I told him. I said, damn, just put it on his head. I said, I'm trying to call. I'm trying to call. You know,
Because what they was probably doing once he got on the phone with 911.
because I was on the
is
phone. But I was
it's
on.
helping you like you wanna try to hold the blood.
But I was on the phone with them at first, and then the lady asked me something, and I was like, I don't know, because I didn't, you know, and so I gave it to him because he was in there while everybody, all
I
of
ain't
them
gonna
was in
lie.
there.
Whenever Mike said that my phone was still in there, I don't remember. I just remember he said put your fingerprint. Like literally, he was like put your fingerprint. I just went like this, and then I just lost because I remember he pressed 911, called him. But like I don't remember really any of that. Like I was really lightheaded at the time.
And so I'm thinking, because I'm thinking, because Michael, he said, I can't call you. They took my phone. So when he said it took his phone, I'm thinking your phone was gone too,
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
never called me from your phone.
It makes sense, you know, to think that.
Yeah, because he called, and so I'm
I
like,
called you from Seth's phone.
no, that's what I'm saying. You never called me from Kobe's phone, so I'm thinking
That's
Kobe's phone was gone. I didn't know Kobe's phone was
Oh.
still there, because
They was on
you
the phone. I was on the whole time.
Damien had his phone already on
And he took my wallet out, and the wallet was like this, like laying right by the chair, like it never went nowhere.
oh no.
That's why I was like, dang, he didn't take nothing out of my wallet. Nothing. Like my debit card was still in there, everything, my license, everything was still in there. But my phone was in there too.
Meantime, that's crazy. Because they didn't even take Kobe wallet. They took Michael wallet. So while we're in the apartment complex, explaining to the managers, you know, letting them know what happened the night before, I get a phone call from State Farm. Watch this, y'all. State Farm say, Miss Thomas, we calling because we just received a phone call from a lady, and she was requesting your phone number because she said she found your son or your husband information. So he told her, he said, well, I can't give you her phone number, but I'll take your phone number and I'll contact her for her to call you. So I got the lady phone number. By the way, if you see this video, thank you, Miss Ramsey. She, so when I spoke to her, she said, I took the initiative to call. She said, I didn't have no number on you. She said, so what I did was, I was getting ready to go speak to my pastor. And as I'm walking to the church, I just see a whole bunch of stuff on the ground. She said, so I just started picking it up. She said, because it reminded me. Because I was in a robbery. Somebody robbed me. And she said, my stuff was everywhere. So she was like, oh my God, look like somebody done been robbed. But I'm saying all that to say, the reason she called, she said, this is not no ordinary person. She said, this person have check stub, a passport, driver's license, car insurance, whatever other stuff he had in his wallet, cruise cards, college IDs. So they wasn't sure if it was Big Michael or Lil Michael because he had his driver's license and his daddy's driver's license in his wallet. So that's why and I'm like, so when the lady first called, I'm like, ma'am, I'm going to call the lady because I don't know what y'all talking about her husband. But anywho, the point that I'm trying to say is, all his stuff was laid on the church ground. You tell me God wasn't in this. Everything about this story, God get the glory. And then I tried to give her some money, just appreciating her because people don't have to be nice. But she was, and she just what she did, she just didn't have to do it. She said, no, indeed, no. She said, I've been there. I know. So, another thing that I want to point out in this story, and like I told them, what y'all went through, that's why we're doing this video, because what y'all went through is not about y'all. God allowed y'all to go through it because he said, y'all young, y'all men, y'all black men. And it's always the gangsters, the rappers, the murderers, everybody want to be extra. He said, it's time that some things happen, and I want some young black boys. I want to get the glory. So that's why he allowed them to go through what they went through, so they can tell their story. So, am I right, y'all?
100%. Now I'm kind of thinking, why my phone get left and everything, everybody else stuff took, but I was the only one that got hit though. If I ask your brother about that, he don't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even tell him that. I was like, literally, like my phone was on the bed, like easy access, right, Mike? What is it?
When we got to the hospital and they went to saying I said, well, what? I'm trying to figure out what in the world. That's why I know they didn't think this through.
My phone was on the bed, literally sitting there, and my wallet. They could have took my wallet.
Meantime, they kicked his phone, took his wallet. But what's crazy? Your car keys, your car keys was in his pocket.
And my car keys right by his phone.
They could have took cars, y'all. God is so good.
Them boys could have had a Mustang and a Camaro.
Man, that's crazy. I don't know. That's kind of weird to me. I'm at asking my dad too. I was one assaulted, but I still got my phone. While I feel like that's a reason my dad too.
Mm-hmm. Everything happens for a reason.
But you 100% right though. Like God had to do it to somebody,
mm-hmm.
people who gonna actually speak up about it, because if it happened to just, guys who doing that type of stuff, they're not gonna have a story.
Absolutely.
But for it to happen to us, it had something to be said.
Yeah, and I really thank y'all for taking the time out, to share this story, because we just want to reach some more young kids, and put God first. Only what you do for Christ will last. Thank y'all for listening to Queen's Royal Truth. Stay tuned for some more videos. We're going to have some updates.